Estoy trabajando como profesor o trabajo como profesor. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the present tense in Spanish and how we use it. Okay, so welcome back to another video, guys, from Spanish Touch. Like I said before, we're going to be looking at the present tense. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to leave a photo now of the three different verbs that you have in Spanish. You have the AR verbs, the ER verbs, and the IR verbs.
As you can see here, we have the three different verb endings, trabajar, comer, and vivir. These are regular, so they follow the regular conjugation. If I work, it's trabajo. If we work, it's trabajamos. However, as we can see here with ER and IR, they do tend to change when it's plural for we and you.
As you can see, each verb conjugates. It changes, depending on who's doing the verb. So now we're going to talk about when do we use the present simple. The first example, when we use the present simple, or the first rule if you like, is when we give information of something that is happening now in our lives. Let's have a look. Trabajo como profesor. As you can see here, this is the present simple. I work as a teacher, this would be. What an interesting thing is, in Spanish you don't say the article a. I work as a teacher. No, it would be trabajo como profesor, not trabajo como un profesor. So let's look at the verb here. What have we done to the verb? The verb is trabajo. Now if you want, you can refer back to this table and see who is doing it. How have you conjugated it? It is I work, okay, trabajo. Another example is mis padres viven en Inglaterra. My parents live in England. The verb here is viven. Could you tell me where does the verb come from? Is it AR, ER or IR? It's IR, and we conjugate it to they. They live, viven. We also use the present simple when we talk about frequency, something that you do very often, or something that happens very often. For example, los domingos recojo mi habitación. Recojo is an irregular verb. Okay, so when we talk about recoger, which is the infinitive, we change the G to a J. Okay, so los domingos, Sundays. Okay, remember in Spanish they have los domingos, recojo mi habitación. On Sundays or Sundays, I tidy my bedroom. Okay? Another example. Francisco lee el periódico todos los días. Francisco, the name, lee. This is the verb. What column or what verb did I get lee from? What do you think? AR, ER or IR? I got it from ER, okay? All we have to do for the third person, which is he, she or it, is take off the R, okay? So, Francisco lee el periódico, the newspaper. Francisco reads the newspaper todos los días. Can you guess what that means? Every day. Todos los días, every day. We also use the present simple when we talk about facts, okay? Something that is generally accepted as a fact, or maybe a scientific fact. For example, los osos comen pescado. Where is the verb here? Comen, okay? Which comes from the verb, you should know it's in the table, to eat. So, los osos comen pescado. The bears, los osos, or bears, we would say in English without the. Osos, bears eat fish, pescado. Another example. Las, feminine, remember. Mariposas no viven mucho tiempo. Mariposas means butterflies. And where is the verb in this sentence? Viven. Okay, same as the one with the parents living in England. Viven is from ella y aya. It's from aya. Very good. So, butterflies, remember we don't have to say the butterflies. Butterflies do not live a long time. No viven mucho tiempo. And the final rule is when we use the present simple for talking about something which is happening now, in this specific moment of talking. For example, ¿Qué comes? ¿Qué comes? And this should be, ¿Qué comes? Okay, so that means what are you eating? In English we would use the continuous. No, what are you eating? But here in Spanish, ¿Qué comes? Okay. Una manzana, an apple. Okay, so the verb here is comes. Yeah. Same as this example here. Is it A-R, E-R, or I-R? It is E-R. Very good. Now, the last example is ¿Por qué corres? ¿Por qué corres? Why? And this verb here means to run. ¿Por qué corres? So, is this ER, AR, or IR? This would be ER, and it's talking about the second person. So that is you. Why are you running? We would say in English. But in Spanish, it's in the moment. We're talking about something which is happening right now. ¿Por qué corres? And the person responded saying, I am in a rush. Okay, if we translate this literally, it would be I have a rush. But they use the verb in Spanish, tengo prisa. I'm in a rush. So that is some set examples and also some rules that we use for the present simple. Let's look into the continuous tense. Voila! Here you have it. This is the continuous tense of the present, okay? In English this would be something like you are watching this video. Okay, so we have the verb to be, estar, and the gerund, el gerundio, basically ing. So, to be plus ing. You are watching the video. That is the present continuous. When do we use it in Spanish? Okay, so we use it when something is temporary, something that doesn't last forever. For example, este mes estamos gastando mucho. This month, este mes, estamos gastando mucho. Now, it's important to note that we use the verb estar, and here is a verb conjugation table of when we use, of how to conjugate the verb estar. So keep an eye out for when we are conjugating it, when we are changing the verb itself. Another example, ¿Qué estás haciendo este año? Remember, in the present simple, if we're talking about something in the moment, it's very common in Spanish not to say, what are you doing now? We would translate it as, what do you do? ¿Qué haces? But if we're talking about something that is temporary, for example, what are you doing this year in terms of work? We would say in Spanish, ¿Qué estás haciendo este año? What are you doing this year? We would also use the present continuous when we want to, or when we criticize something. Okay, maybe something that we shouldn't be doing, or something that somebody shouldn't be doing. For example, imagine that your friend has just broken up with his or her boyfriend or girlfriend. Now you could say, oh, come on, stop thinking about him or her, move on. Estás siempre pensando en ella. Estás siempre. You are always. Okay, you're always thinking of her. Let her go. Estás siempre pensando en ella. Okay. Now remember, with the verb pensar, which is this verb here, we use pensar en, to think en alguien or algo, not to think of. Okay. Pensar en ella. And could you tell me where this verb comes from? Pensando. ella, ella, or ella. It is ella. Very good. Another example. Estáis todo el día jugando. Estáis, do you know where that verb conjugates to? That is you plural. Estáis, when there's more than one of you. Estáis todo el día jugando. You are playing all day. Maybe they shouldn't be playing all day. Maybe the kids should be doing their homework or they should be helping out around the house. Estáis todo el día jugando. Come on inside and help. Or maybe it's getting dark outside. So, estáis todo el día jugando. Now, very interesting. Pay attention to this one, because here we are using not just a normal verb as we know it, we're using a reflexive verb, okay, with se. Okay, you may or may not have seen it before, but when we talk about something which is done unto ourselves, for example, I'm brushing my teeth, we use the se pronoun. Okay, for example, here, he is or she is brushing him or herself. Okay, she's brushing. As you might see, I've actually had my hair cut, I've had my ears lowered, so there we go. Se está, news. Se está peinando. Okay, se está peinando means he or she is brushing his or her hair. Okay, we know from the context. Peinar is the verb, ella, and this is brushing the hair. We don't need to say el pelo, no? Se está peinando. Or, very interesting, this se could go at the end of the verb. For example, está afeitándose. Está afeitándose means he or she is shaving, okay? Maybe you're shaving the beard. He is shaving, yeah? Está afeitándose, okay? Or you could say, se está afeitando. Now, very, very important also to note that there's some verbs that we don't use with the present continuous. For example, the verb ir, to go. No, it would be voy a ir, okay? Venir, this is the verb to come. For example, I'm coming to the party this weekend. Vengo, it's irregular, vengo a la fiesta este fin de semana. Okay, we wouldn't say estoy viniendo a la fiesta. No, we would say vengo. And then we have another example, amar, the verb to love. Okay, we wouldn't say I'm loving you if you're in a relationship. You would say I love you. Okay, unless it's the McDonald's advert, of course. So amar, another example of a verb that doesn't use the present continuous. But in general, if you follow these rules here, you'll be fine. This set rule here with se, we're going to cover in another video. So if you didn't quite fully understand it, don't worry, okay? This is just a beginner's or an upper beginner's class, so don't worry if you didn't understand it now. In future lessons, you'll come to understand it. Okay, like always guys, we're going to finish on a question round. So, in Spanish, how would you say, we work as teachers? If you said trabajamos como profesores, you would be correct. How would you say, what time are you, plural, eating dinner tonight? ¿A qué hora cenáis? If you like, esta noche. And the last question, how would you say in Spanish, he lives with a bear? If you said vive con un oso, fantastic. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video by Spanish Touch today. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel and share the video with whoever you think it's time they learn some Spanish. Goodbye for now.